Okay, welcome back to Dream Daddy. So I've been on a date with all those guys. Yeah, let's just get into it. I'm gonna do 2 dates with everybody, and then I'll pick who I want. Pretty sure I know who I'm gonna choose, but I want to see what all the dates are like. I honestly didn't expect to enjoy all of the choices as much as I have been. Everybody kind of has their own unique storyline going on, and I kind of really like that. Yeah. Instead of messaging the guy, why don't I just walk over and grab some coffee? I'm feeling really sluggish today anyway. Amanda! Amanda sticks her head out of her room. Father? Wanna go to the coffee spoon?
Yeah.
Oh, so you get called cool once, and now you're the cool dad who hangs out at the coffee shop and listens to neo-jazz and stuff? Amanda, are you gonna bring your laptop and your leather-bound journals so you can work on your poetry anthology? Hell yeah, I am. Look, honey, do you want me to buy you a coffee or not? Let me grab my laptop and my leather-bound journal. Amanda and I make the short walk over to the coffee spoon. The place is quiet today, just a few people hanging out and reading books in cozy little nooks. I walk up to the counter and see a familiar, pierced face. Hi, Pablo. Hey, you were the dude I yelled at a bunch the other night.
Aww.
Amanda cast a sideway glance at me. He tried to sell me shirts. And who might you be, miss?
Dad.
This is my daughter, Amanda. The person I am father to and am very protective of. An honor to make your acquaintance. My name is Pablo. Did I mention that I make witch house music? I wouldn't call witch house music, but okay.
Ugh.
A piercing blow to my ego. Though not one that will dissuade my need to impress you. Okay, that's kind of cute, actually. My innate dad senses tingle. I am overwhelmed with fatherly protective energy. I must do something to protect my child. That would be pretty funny, but let's just change the subject. Anyways, Pablo, I didn't know you worked here. Yeah, man, today's my first day. Matt's still training me. Jared.
Huh.
Matt comes out from washing dishes in the back room to meet Amanda and I. He and I high-five, as fellow cool people do. I see you've met my newest employee. At your service, although I'm only here until Vacant Vale starts the world tour. When's that? Well, we have to put out a record first.
Oh.
Alright, Pablo, now what do we do with customers again? Right, yes. Pablo clears his throat. Hello, good folk of Makeable Bay. Can I interest you in a tasty caffeinated beverage? Yes. By all means, I would love one. A smashing pumpkin spice latte, please. I want that. I don't even like pumpkin spice lattes, but I want that. A classic. And you? Yeah. A Father John Misto, please. That might be the worst pun I've ever heard. Hey, it's pure comedy. Yeah, puns are the highest form of comedy. Oh, I was making a joke of Father John Misty has an album called Pure Comedy, and the drink is named after Father John Misty, so I was... Yeah, never mind. Coming right up. Pablo gets to work making our drinks while Matt observes him. Matt is literally me in a daily life. I always over-explain things. It's fun.
Hey!
He'll get the hang of it. For as goofy of a dude as he is, kid works hard. Hey man, that concert was a lot of fun. We should hang out again.
Oh.
Hell yes.
Hey.
I'm actually gonna be done training Pablo in a couple hours, and was gonna go record shopping. Wanna come along? Absolutely.
Hey.
Pablo brings us our drinks, and Amanda buries herself in her laptop. I spend my time sipping my drink and cracking jokes with Matt. Last time we hung out, he told me that he had trouble hanging out with other people, but for some reason, he and I can talk and joke like old buds. It's weird. I feel really comfortable around him. Once Matt feels comfortable leaving Pablo on his own, I say goodbye to Amanda and we start walking to the record store.
Hey.
Hey, Have you ever been here before? Probably not. Nope. I mean, we have a record player sitting in the living room, but all I have are 2 copies of Fratman Comes Alive. My grandmother actually has a record player. It rarely gets used except for Christmas, because she has, like, only Christmas albums. But I like her Elvis one. I think Grandma finds it funny that's the one I request every Christmas.
Hey.
Oh, this should be fun then. We're gonna find you some good stuff. The walls of the store are packed with posters, artwork, stickers, and records. A few people mill around, flipping through milk crates of albums. Some indie band is playing through the speakers. It's a nice vibe. So, why do people still buy records? Isn't it kind of outdated at this point? Well, I mean, we have a record store in our town, so... Very artsy town.
Hey.
There's a lot of people who will try to tell you that vinyl sounds warmer, or more true to the artist's intent. But really, I think it's just nice to collect records.
Hey.
It's cool that in this day and age, we have just about every song ever created available instantaneously on our phones. But there's something about holding an album and getting to see the artwork in your hands that I'll always love.
Hey.
That's why I try to get as many of the records that I love in physical form as possible. Remember when we were kids and we'd have to wait around by the radio with a cassette tape so that we could record our favorite songs?
Hey.
I made each listen really special, and mixtapes were even cooler because of how much work they took. Now I just make a playlist. I think the last time somebody gave me a real mixtape was in high school.
Oh.
Look around the multi-level record store and spot some genres. Future wave, jungle, arachnopunk, nunsploitation. I have no idea where to even start. Man, this is a little overwhelming. Here, let me help you find something you might like. If you were a milkshake, what flavor would you be? Cookies and cream.
Oh.
If you could only buy one type of candle set for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Hey.
What's your favorite ambient sound? And I guess that's the closest to white noise. What's your dream vacation spot? That would actually be really cool. What's your deepest, darkest fear? That's a little too real. Jesus Christ. I've actually thought about that one quite a bit. But I think this one's the one I worry about the most. Matt thinks for a moment.
Wait, what?
Oh, I know just the thing.
Hey.
Matt runs to the other side of the store and returns holding a record behind his back. He shows it to me. This is Trouble Will Find Me by The National. The National have honed their sad guy sound on album after album, and by this point, they're old pros about feeling blue. Music is so amazing that it'll actually cheer you up. Whoa, dude. Thanks for the recommendation.
Yeah, sounds great.
You're gonna have a great time with it. Promise. Matt and I bring our records to the cash register. A young girl with a septum ring and a buzz cut stands behind the counter with one earbud in. Usual stuff today, Matt?
Hey.
Just some light pickups. Matt places 3 albums on the counter. Swear I'm Good at This by Diet Sig. Forever by Mystery Skulls, and Greatest Hits by Remo Drive. Tight. Haven't heard of any of those. I don't know if they're real or not.
Hey.
The cashier rings Matt up and hands back his albums in a bag. She stares at me suspiciously. Why? I'm in a store to buy something and I have something in my hand to buy. Why do you look at me suspiciously? Who's the nerd?
Oh.
That nerd is my buddy Jared. Jared, this beacon of human charm, is Molly. I got kicked out of art school for destroying my paintings at the end of every critique. Lovely to meet you. Anyway, Matt, is the open mic night still on?
Oh.
You know it. Are the Third Waves gonna do a special acoustic performance? I might see if I can get a few of the girls together. There's an open mic night going on?
Hey, yeah.
Yeah, dude, we do it every month at the Coffee Spoon. Some amazing talent always comes through. That'd be fun. Got a flyer for it right here.
Hey.
You and Amanda should come by that night.
Oh, man.
Matt blushes.
Hey.
I mean, if you're not doing anything. Matt, you're adorable. Will Vacant Veil be
I
playing?
don't know if I should. Hey!
If only. I finished paying for my record and we head out of the store. Man, what a trip down memory lane. I haven't been in a record shop like that since Vans had shag carpeting. Now that you mention it, isn't it strange to think of all those weird little musical memories? How do you mean? Well, I think music is a very time and place sort of thing. A song is important to me not only in that I think it sounds good, but where I was and what I was doing when I listened to it. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. There's music that reminds me of exes, yep. Of struggling through school, yep. Of being so poor that I didn't know where my next meal was coming from.
Hey, dude.
All that stuff. And listening to those songs reminds me of those moments in my life. Yeah, reminds me of people and stuff too. Yeah, now that I think of it, even the pop concert Amanda made me take her to is special to me. I mean, I'm not really a fan of the band, but hearing their songs on the radio reminds me of how young and excited Amanda was.
Oh.
And then that even reminds me of a younger me, going to see my favorite bands in concert with all my friends. I've actually never been to a real concert. I've been to, like, shows and, like, performances at conventions, but I've never been to an actual concert. We would always go to my friend Cynthia Chapman's house beforehand and smoke pot in her basement, like we were so slick. Her parents definitely knew what we were doing. Wait, when was the last time you smoked pot? Matt stops and thinks for a moment. It's been decades. Dude, me too. Or even get pot now. Is that even what kids call it these days? I don't know.
Hey.
But I bet I could find out. Do you want to get high and listen to our new records? I personally wouldn't, because I don't smoke, I have asthma. But yeah, sure, why not? You seem like the kind of guy, chill. Matt pulls out his phone and starts texting.
Hey.
After a few minutes, he looks up and smiles at me.
Yeah, sounds great.
Ah, Molly's got a hookup. Says to meet in an alleyway near the coffee shop. Okay, that's not sketchy.
Hey.
Okay, this turns out it's the feds. You make a break for it and I'll take the heat. Just promise me that you'll raise Amanda like she was your own. You realize that weed has been legalized in this state, right? Okay, so then why are we in the back alley buying it? That's super creepy. If it's legal, can you just, like, go back in and talk to Molly and get it from her? I definitely knew that.
Hey.
We live in dangerous times. Who knows what lurks in the seedy underbelly of Maple Bay? We could find ourselves on the wrong end of a deal gone bad. Just look out for Amanda. I swear.
What?
Oh, here's our guy. Coming around the corner of one of those nasty grease dumpsters, shrouded in darkness, a lean figure dressed in all black. Excuse me, Mr. Drugman? Surprised, the person almost jumps out of their skin. Is Lucian, Damon's. Of course it's Lucian. Who sent you?
Huh?
We're cool, man. We're cool. Says who? For all I know, you could be with the feds. Actually, Weeg is the... Prove you're cool. What? I need to know that you're down or I bolt. I have a feeling that would be really funny. Look, Matt, we're trying to buy drugs from you, and we know you sell drugs. You have dirt on us, we have dirt on you. We're in this together now. Look, it's fine, I get it. Buzzcut Molly said you were coming. Right. Now the formalities are out of the way, let's make a deal? Alright, how much do you want? How much is it? One. One what?
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey.
He means weed, Lucian. Yeah, but how much?
Oh.
One? Oh my god, look, here, take this and give me $10. Just don't tell my dad. Let's all forget this ever happened.
Hey.
I won't tell your dad if you don't. Lucian hands me a baggie of something and disappears down the alleyway. I open it and take a whiff. Smells like genuine drugs, yes sirree.
Hey.
That went smoothly. I have a feeling that... no. Yeah, we should get off public property before we smoke this.
Hey, yeah.
Great idea. Let's head back to my place, yeah? Matt and I walk to our cul-de-sac and stop at a gas station on the way to buy rolling papers and soda. I feel like I'm 16 again. Carmencita's having a sleepover tonight, so that gives us all the time we need to do drugs.
Hey.
Awesome, let's do some drugs. Matt pulls one of the records out of his bag and puts it on for us. I plop down on a comfy leather couch and look around his place. There are a bunch of band posters, and his record collection takes up an entire wall. That's pretty cool. Wow, what a collection.
Hey.
Been collecting my whole life. It was nice to finally get them all in one place after being on the road for so much of my life. Had to ask my parents to hold on to them for me. Matt sits down next to me and we lay the marijuana drugs out on the coffee table. Yep. Definitely all the drugs happen with us. Do you want to do the honors? Please, it's your house.
Hey.
Yeah, you say so.
Wait. What?
Matt pulls out some rolling papers and sprinkles some of the beatnik tobacco into a piece. He starts rolling it back and forth, and the paper breaks almost immediately, spilling drugs all over the couch.
Hey.
Never was too good at this.
Hey.
I'm actually decent. I've rolled cigarettes for people before. Like actual cigarettes. My mother used to have a rolling machine. But, yeah. Matt tries again and is able to successfully roll a nice-looking weed cigarette. He hands me a lighter and the blunt, I think, and I take it. Well, let's... Yep, yeah, let's do that. I light the joint and inhale deeply. This is not what I remembered. It's been a while, though. Maybe pot drugs have just gotten more potent since the last time I smoked. I pass the joint to Matt and cough a little bit. Should it sting this much, or am I just a baby?
What?
Matt takes a hint and his eyes go wide. That's not weed. Oh, God.
Hey.
Did we develop a taste for meth? No, it's... Matt takes another hint and winces.
Oh.
Yeah, this is oregano. God damn it, Lucien. I sniff the air. Yeah, that would definitely explain why it smells like a pizza place in here. That little punk ripped us off.
Hey, yeah.
Oh well, we can still relax and enjoy the music sober. You know what? You're right.
Hey.
We sat and listened through the Diet Sig album that Matt bought, which is catchy as hell. I look around the room again and see photos of Carmencita growing up. I spot a young woman with a huge smile in one of the photos with the two. Who's that?
Oh, man.
Oh, that's Rosa. She was Carmencita's mother. She died when Carmencita was young. I'm sorry to hear that. Amanda lost Alex at a young age, too. I can understand how hard that must have been. I look around again, spotting a framed gig poster hanging on the wall. On it, there's an illustration of Matt and Rosa surrounded by flowers. The cursive lettering reads, "Stillness the Dancing." Looks like they played in Soundgarden over a decade ago. Were you two in a band together?
I mean, I don't know if I should.
Yeah, that was the reason I was touring so much when I was younger. We traveled the whole country in this rinky-dink little van. It was hard to start, but once we started gaining notoriety and seeing how much our songs meant to the kids, it was just incredible. Wow, that seems like a life some people only dream of.
Hey.
It was, and it was difficult at the same time. Couldn't have done it without someone by my side. Rosa and I knew that we couldn't do it forever. The long hours on the road, missing your family, sleeping in the van, all that stuff.
Hey.
So once she became pregnant with Carmencita, we put down roots in our favorite town to play in, right here. Since she was a kid, Rosa always had a dream to own a quiet little coffee shop. She died before it opened. I'm so sorry. Don't be.
I don't know if I should.
Not really sure what to say. Couldn't possibly count the number of times I'd told people the same thing after Alex died.
Hey.
Matt gets up to flip the record. Next to the turntable, I notice a dusty piano. Do you play?
Hey.
I'm out of practice. I used to jam on the keys back in the day. Oh yeah? I fronted the hottest 7-piece ska band that Eagle Rock Bay High School had to offer. No way. You had a ska phase? Phase. Ska never dies.
Oh.
Except for the Communist Manifesto, who broke up after the senior talent show to pursue solo careers.
Hey.
Dude, that's so rad. Matt pulls out the piano bench.
Oh.
Give me some of that two-tone love. Oh man, let's see if I still got it.
Oh.
Sit down at the piano. Now Let's just go with something classic. I start playing Chopsticks. What a jam. Alright, buddy. Can you top that? I shouldn't. Oh, come on. No, it's been a long time. Never too late to get back into it. Matt, you just sat through a butchered version of Chopsticks, a song that children are learning to play the piano usually figure out before they're 10. How much worse can it be? Matt stares at the piano for a second. Okay. Okay. Matt closes his eyes and runs his fingers over the keys. He breathes in deep and starts playing a melody. If I didn't know that he hadn't played the piano in a long time, I never would have guessed it. Matt plays a soft, sweet tune filled with emotion. I've never heard this before. Is this one of his original works? This is so cool.
Oh.
Matt finishes the song and finally opens his eyes. How was that? That was amazing. Oh, it's nothing. Come on, man, that was killer. Are you gonna pull that out for the open mic night? Oh no, I never play at those. Well, why not? You're really good. It's just... I just don't do it anymore. I just don't like being up there and alone and having so many people stare at me. It doesn't feel fun anymore. I can sense that Matt's getting uncomfortable at the thought of it. I won't push him any further. Alright, man, but I hope you know how beautiful your music is. Thanks.
Hey.
Matt and I sit and listen to more records until it gets late and I decide I need to go to bed. Matt walks me to my door.
Hey.
Let's never tell anyone about the oregano, okay? Deal. Wait, can I tell my doctor? I don't know about the health effects of smoking oregano, and I think we'll be fine. Night, dude. I smile. Night. I walk inside and the house is dark, save for the sliver of light coming beneath Amanda's door. I knock lightly on the door and enter Amanda's room. She's sitting at her desk with her camera, editing photos. Hey, Amanda. Amanda swivels around in her chair to face me. I thought she was sitting on her bed. And slumps down. What smells like a pizza parlor in here? What? Nothing. So, what's up? Dad, I'm hungry.
Hey.
Wait, no. Hi, hungry.
Whoa.
No. I'm Dad. Amanda collapses on the floor. I promised myself I'd never let it come to this. Sorry, kiddo. You set it up, I spike it down. You're a monster. Want some spaghetti? I'm laughing hard. That's actually one of my favorite dad jokes. Yes, please. Amanda and I boil pasta and heat up sauce in a pan. Well, I boil pasta and heat sauce while Amanda watches. Despite my best efforts, I'm not able to set it on fire. How was record collecting? It was great. Did you know that Matt used to play in a band? No way. Was he good? I don't know if the band was good, but he played some piano for me tonight and it was amazing.
Yes.
He played piano for you? Dude. Yeah, I brought it up. I brought it up that she'd play at the open mic night that's happening in his coffee shop, but he got kind of weird about it. Hey, I saw a flyer for that. We should go. Not too late to start a father-daughter punk band and play a couple tunes there. Yeah, let me break out my glockenspiel. I think I only know hot cross buns, but we can work off the chord progression. Amanda and I have a nice dinner before she goes back to her room to photography and stuff. I end up watching True Life. I'm a house hunter. They're staging an intervention for the house hunter, who is crying uncontrollably over the color of the walls. They know they can paint the walls of their house any color they want, right? Matt's song is stuck in my head all night.
You know, if you want to come inside, Daft Punk is playing at my house tonight.
So Matt is literally me. I found that out. That's cool. Well, it's been a long day. It's about ready to pack it in. With a few bites of ice cream from the freezer, I turn off all the lights and walk down the hall to my room. I wonder if Amanda's still awake. That kid needs some sleep. As I pass her room, I can hear a faint sound. But I can't quite make out what it is. I get a little closer. Is she crying? I gently knock on the door. Hey, Amanda? The crying immediately stops. Not right now. Her voice sounds strained. She sniffles. I need to make sure she's okay. I open the door. In the dark, I can see Amanda's outline in the middle of her bed, knees hugged up against her body. Is everything okay? I want to talk about it. Did something happen? No, nothing happened. Go away. Alright. I'll leave you be. Back out of the room and close the door gently behind me. She immediately starts crying again. Wow. I have no idea what has her so upset. She seemed totally normal. I feel awful just leaving her to cry, but I also get the feeling that if I tried to do anything else, it would only have made her more upset. Yeah, sometimes they just need their own space to cry. I mean, she'll tell me when she's ready, I think. I can't stop mentally cycling through all sorts of awful things she'd be dealing with right now. More than anything, I just want her to be happy and safe. I have a hard time falling asleep, but when I finally do, I'm still thinking about Amanda. After a long night of very little sleep, I roll out of bed and make myself a pot of coffee. Amanda should be up for school soon. Maybe she'll be willing to talk about whatever's bothering her.
Huh?
About 10 minutes before she's supposed to leave, Amanda comes out of her room and makes a beeline for the freezer. Morning, Amanda. Morning. She drops a frozen waffle into the toaster and slams the freezer door. She won't look at me. Yikes. So, anything big going on at school today?
Oh.
No. Okay. Do you need a ride to school? No. Want some coffee? Amanda pulls the toaster level up and takes her still freezer-burnt waffle out before it's finished cooking. I have to go. Amanda picks up her bag and storms out. Oh. Okay. I haven't seen her act like this in a long time. It's usually short-lived, but it always hurts. Hopefully this blows over and things are back to normal soon. I sit back at the kitchen table, look at a picture of Amanda and I hanging on a wall. In it, I'm teaching her to ride a bike. Her face is a mixture of excitement and pure, unadulterated fear. I remember how determined she was. Every time she would fall off and scrape her knees, she would get back up and try it again. Finally, I had to stop her because she was bleeding everywhere. Then she started to cry because she didn't think she needed bandages and wanted to keep trying. I put the bike away. She just stood in the middle of the street and screamed. Then I took her for ice cream and it was like nothing even happened. After giving it a bit of thought, I decided that if I force her to talk about it, I'm only going to make things worse. But I have an idea. I start rummaging around for ingredients. I hear Amanda walk in the door. Instead of heading for the kitchen like she usually does, she makes a beeline to her room. She's clearly trying to avoid me. Hey, Pumpkin? What? Can you come here for a sec? There's a moment of silence. Yeah. I wanted to say sorry about last night. I'm just worried about you, kiddo. I get scared when I know something's wrong, and I get even more scared when I feel like I can't do anything about it. Dad, So just, whatever it is, and you don't have to tell me if you don't want to, but whatever it is, know that you have a dad in your corner who wants you to be happy. Honey, you know I'm bad with words, so I was hoping I could speak a language we both understand. I pull a cake out of the refrigerator and place it on the table. Hopefully the frosting is set by now. Ta-da! Dad. It took me a really long time because I ran out of red frosting somewhere around sad and had to start over and... Aw, sorry you're sad, but I support you 100%. It's cute. This is beautiful. It's strawberry. Even better. Amanda gives me a big ol' hug. Grab some plates and fork and serve us up some delicious cake. So, it's really stupid. What is? This whole thing. I know I've been really weird lately, and there's just... I don't even know how to explain it. I feel like I might have to make you a chart. I'm listening. Do you want me to take notes? Guess I should start from the top. So, you know how Emma R. is going to that fancy art school in California, right? Emma R. The best friend?
Yes.
You got it. Wow, proud of you. Anyways, ever since she got the acceptance letter, I've been feeling like she's drifting away, you know? And she's spending a lot more time with Grace and Emma P. I just thought it was all in my head for a while. But then I found out from Rosie M. that both the Emmas, Grace, and Noah all went to the party at Mackenzie F's on the same night they all told me they were busy studying for the Calc AB final. Yikes.
Oh.
So, another important piece of information is, God, this is embarrassing. I, have a crush on Noah, and, that's a thing. What? Whoa. I had No idea. I definitely didn't know that. Okay. You're a bad liar. So are you. I learned from the worst. Anyway, so the only person I ever told about the crush was Emma R., and she promised not to tell anybody. I didn't confront them about the party thing because I didn't want to start drama, so I just kept quiet and kept going about my business. Amanda sighs. Then one day I invited everybody out to get nachos at the mall, and after no texting me back for like 2 hours, even though none of them ever put their phones down for more than 60 seconds, they all say they're super busy, like simultaneously. So I tell them never mind, I'll just eat nachos at home, right? But we were out of chips and I really, really wanted nachos. Totally understandable.
Ugh.
So I go to the mall anyway and get to the food court, and who would I see there but Grace, Emma P, Emma R, and Noah, all hanging out together and eating nachos without me. What?
Aw.
It gets better. I'm standing by the escalators watching him, and I realize that Noah has his arm around Emma R, which is kind of weird, right? But then they kiss. No. Yes, I know. So I storm over there, and I'm like, hey. And Grace drops a nacho on her shirt because of course she does, and Emma R is just like glares at me. Grace. Nothing's coming up. I don't know what that is. Grace is the boring one? Well, yeah, but that's not the important part.
Oh.
Grace is the one nobody really likes. Or I guess that's me now. But anyway, nobody will say anything. I'm just like, you guys suck. Which I realize is not the most eloquent thing to say, but I was very angry and really embarrassed. I just wanted to get out of there. So I left, without nachos, I might add, which only further contributed to the shitty day, and immediately drafted a super long text to the group chat asking them why they've been so weird. And I wrote another one to Emma R asking how long Noah's thing's been going on, and sorry, I know there's a lot. You still following? What did Emma R say? Okay, get a load of this. Emma R says, you know what, let me just read it to you. Amanda pulls out her phone and reads, word for word, an arduously long string of text messages. Can you believe that? I cannot believe that. I care so much about Amanda's social life and mental well-being, but man, do I not understand what she's talking about. This is all beyond me, but I'm trying my hardest to be supportive. They were dating in secret for like months. So I told her that she's being a really terrible friend, and she's like, well, if you think I'm so terrible, then stop being my friend. And I was like, okay. And she left me on red, and... Wait, left me on red? What's that? Oh, like, she saw my message and didn't respond. And I know because there are read receipts. I don't know what read receipts are, but I'm just gonna nod and pretend I understand. Gotcha. So while all this is happening, I'm talking to Emma P about how mad I am because she's at least being kind of reasonable, and venting to her about how pissed I am at everybody and stuff. Then out of nowhere, Noah texts me and is like, how could you say that about me? And I'm like, say what about you? And he tells me that Emma P sent screenshots of everything I told her to the group chat I got kicked out of. Alright, I think you lost me at screenshots, but that definitely sounds bad. There's so much more, but honestly, it's all just really stupid teenager stuff. Bottom line is that everybody dropped me. Half my grade hates me, and now I have no friends. Amanda, I'm so sorry. I almost expected it from anyone else, but... Emma R's been there since Mom died. I can't believe she would just stab me in the back like that. I'm not even that mad that she's dating Noah. I'm just upset that she lied to me about it for so long. Amanda stabs the remnants of her cake. Okay, I take it back. I'm kind of mad she's dating Noah. Like, what did I do wrong? Why did everybody just suddenly decide I'm not cool anymore? Why wasn't I enough? I don't understand. And as mad as I am about everybody, like, I miss them, Dad. Amanda looks so dejected I almost can't take it. What could I possibly say to help? Anyways, that's it. That's the whole sordid tale. Thanks for listening. Tune in next week for more hot gossip. Wow. That was pretty dumb. It's not dumb. No, it's a stupid thing to be upset over. Amanda, your feelings are real. Don't ever be mad at yourself for having feelings. I guess. Unless you've secretly been a robot who's been approximating human feelings this whole time. Dad, if I was a robot, I would have transformed into a monster truck a long, long time ago. But seriously. I know you probably don't want advice, but I feel like it's my duty as a dad to bestow upon you a few nuggets of fatherly wisdom. Yeah, real friends don't do that. When you get older, you start realizing the sort of people you want to associate yourself with. Do you really want to surround yourself with people who would do something like that to their friend? It takes a lot of work to find and maintain meaningful relationships. It took me a long time to figure that out myself, and I wish I had learned it sooner. If the other person isn't putting the effort in to show you how much they care, it's not worth it. You're not beholden to being their friend. Ultimately, I think this says way more about their character than it does about yours, because you're amazing. And if they can't see that, well, that's their problem. I'll keep that in mind. Look down at the table. Did we just eat that whole cake?
Huh.
Yes, we did just eat that whole cake. Well, good talk. Amanda gets up to go to her room. Before she closes the door, she turns around. Hey, Pops? Yeah?
Huh.
Thank you. You're always welcome. Love you, Amanda.
I love you too, Dad.
Aw.
Welcome. You've got Dads.
Alright. On to the second date with Brian. That's a good, very important tip. Always do that. Do that thing. That thing. Right there. Hey, Daisy and I are going fishing tomorrow. Are you in or out? Oh, I have a message for Brian. Oh no. I've been enjoying this day. I accidentally boasted about my abilities as a fisherman to Brian, and now he's challenged me to another dad-off. I've been doing my fishing research online, but I'm nowhere close to being an expert. Still, though, I have to accept. I type back to Brian. Sounds great, man. Super excited to catch all those fish. My lawn could sure use another good mowing. That'll show him. Brian responds back, letting me know that tomorrow he'll pick us up at the hour I had previously forgotten existed. Man, this is gonna be a rough start. Yeah, that's why I hate fishing. You gotta get up at, like, the super crack of dawn to get all the fish before they finish their, like, breakfast, basically. And I always wanted to sleep. So eventually my dad stopped trying to take me fishing. And then I'd wake up as they were getting home from fishing. And I felt good about my decisions. Amanda! Amanda comes in the room from the kitchen, eating a cheese stick by biting it off piece by piece like she's some kind of monster. I didn't raise you like that. What? It's called string cheese and not chompy cheese for a reason, Amanda.
Dad!
Did you just call me in here to criticize my controversial string cheese eating technique, or what? No, Amanda, we have to go fishing tomorrow. Well, you have to go fishing. I get to play with Brian's dog. How do I become a master of fishing overnight? You went fishing in the Girl Scouts, didn't you?
Huh?
Nope. My stint in the Scouts was brief and purely transitional. Thought I could get free cookies, but I didn't know that I had to, like, be outside and tie knots and stuff. It's actually better than my Girl Scout experience. It was basically just baking cookies and, I don't know. I was in it for like a month. I didn't like it. I was also really little. But I had more fun at Boy Scout meetings with my brother. Even though I couldn't participate. It was fun watching. But I have to beat Brian. Dad, let me tell you a story. Do you remember last summer how I applied for a job at the coffee shop across town? Give me a refresher. During the interview, they asked me if I knew how to work an espresso machine, and I really wanted the job, so I lied and said yes. On that first morning, there was a line out the door, and within half an hour, I severely burned my hand, and they told me to go home and never come back. I still have a scar from that. Of course I remember. What does it have to do with fishing? The burn is a metaphor, Dad. I don't get it. You can lead a horse to water. What do horses have to do with fish and burns? Dad, please. I don't get your obsession with competing against Brian. You wouldn't understand. It's a dad thing. Please try explaining it to me. Okay, Brian's just thinks that he's so much better than me, and he purposely reminds me of that whenever he can. It's like he has to one-up me. I have to beat him at his own game. Is that what you think is happening here? No, Amanda. Okay, I know that's what's happening.
Aww.
Alright, Pops. We should both get some sleep. See you in the morning. Night, Panda. I brush my teeth and throw on some pajamas. I climb into bed, set my alarm, and close my eyes. Okay, sleep. It's me trying to go to bed early any night. I am wide awake. I can't help but think about the last time I went fishing, hoping that there's something I can glean from it to give me an edge over Brian. I was about 9 years old. My dad woke me up one morning and told me to get dressed and meet him downstairs. It was still dark out. I had no idea what was going on, but before I knew it, we were both alone on a freezing cold lake. I had to sit there for hours while it got hot and muggy, the air thick with bugs. I picked up mosquito bites while my dad sat in stony silence, fishing pole in one hand and a beer in the other. We didn't catch anything. On the long drive home, my father bought me a pack of cigarettes and didn't say a thing. That didn't help, and I think I have some repressed sadness about my father. I'll deal with that later. It's really pretty. I'm sitting on a boat in the middle of a body of water. I can't see any land, but I know it's a lake. The water is placid and still. I'm holding a fishing pole. I don't understand why, but it feels like my life depends on catching fish right now. I cast my lure into the water and wait, and wait, and wait. My whole being is filled with hopelessness as I watch the line disappear into the depths below. You used the wrong lure. I look up and see my father, just as he looked that one cold morning, disapprovingly. I'm panicking now. I pull the lure up and try to grab a different one, but all the lures in my tackle box are the exact same. I look up to my father for guidance, but he's gone. I try casting again, but I can't get my footing. My boat tips over and I fall into the water, sinking further and further. I see the multitudes of fish that have been lying just below the surface, all swimming around me as if to taunt me. One fish swims up to me. He has Brian's eyes. You gotta use a neutral buoyancy lure if you're gonna catch trout, buddy. I jolt awake as I sound my alarm clock. It's fishing day. I would explain the weird dream. I groggily slip on clothes and get ready. I spot Amanda's door half open and see her still curled up in a mountain of blankets. Walking over to her bed, I give her a tiny kiss on the forehead. Fishing day, kiddo. You ready? No. Well, you gotta get up. I can't do this without you. Also, stop sleeping in your clothes. Amanda pulls her comforter over her head. Never. Amanda? I'll get up in a minute. Alright, Brian should be here in 20, so you better not just go back to sleep. Amanda sticks her hand out through the blanket to wave me away. I leave her room and make myself some coffee, and another cup with lots of cream and sugar for Amanda, whenever she gets up. Amanda eventually wanders in and chokes her coffee while I do word jumbles. I hear the doorbell ring. That must be Brian. Still rubbing her eyes, we walk outside to see Brian. He's decked out in fishing gear. Daisy's falling asleep next to him. The early bird gets the worm, buddy. Ready to fish? I was born ready. My eyes narrow in on Brian. It's a good day to die. Hop on in, guys. Let's get this fishing party started. Walk over to the driver's side door and open it. Woof woof. Brian's dog immediately hops into the driver's seat, wagging his tail furiously. Can I see your license, sir? Maxwell, let Jared sit. Maxwell obediently hops in the back to cuddle with Daisy. Amanda settles in next to Maxwell and Daisy and immediately falls asleep. You ready for an adventure? I'm ready for glory. I struggled to stay awake as we drove to the outskirts of town. Country music plays quietly from the radio as I watch trees pass by. So where exactly are we headed? It's about an hour north of here. The old spot I've been going to since I was a kid. My dad used to take me there all the time. I don't think anybody else knows about it. I brought everything we need to start so that we can catch some trout, have a nice little fire, and enjoy the nature. My fishing pole's in the shop, getting it tuned up. Do you maybe have an extra I could borrow? But of course. It's probably not as nice as it sounds like yours is, though. Right. I'm digging a hole here. I stare at the forest lining on the highway. The sun is just barely over the horizon, scattering dusty pink light through the trees. For a split second, I spot a deer grazing on the side of the road before it leaps back into the brush. After a nice, quiet drive, Brian eventually tells me to pull off the highway and onto a dirt road. The car bumps along until we reach a clearing that opens up to a magnificent lake. Well, here we are. I step out of the car and help Brian unload our gear as Maxwell runs around us barking. Kids wake up and wander to the shore, where Daisy tries to teach Amanda how to skip rocks. Brian and I carry the tackle boxes and cooler down to the edge of the lake, where he has a canoe waiting. Ah, great. It's still in one piece. Hold on. Help me out with Maxwell. I help Brian place a tiny, dog-sized life vest onto Maxwell. Woof, woof. Alright, your turn. Brian hands me a lime green life vest. Maybe if I fall in, you'll save me. If I fall in, I'm counting on you to rescue me. Suit yourself. Brian turns to Amanda and Daisy, who are still skipping rocks. You kids want to fish?
Ugh.
I'm good with just throwing rocks into the water. Amanda hurls a rock into the pond with gusto. Yeah, take that, water. Amanda, you're supposed to be skipping them. This is one of the reasons Dad stopped taking me fishing, too. I like to throw rocks around wherever my lure was, so I purposely wouldn't catch a fish. I just didn't like taking him off of the hook, and then my dad was always like a mile downriver. So, yeah.
Whoa!
Is that what we're doing? Daisy, don't you want to fish?
Huh.
I think catching fish is kind of inhumane. We're gonna go explore the woods and look at bugs and stuff. Alright, be safe. Don't go too far. That's kind of what I did all the time, too. Brian puts a life vest around himself and we throw all of our equipment into the canoe. Maxwell happily jumps in and takes his place looking out over the front of the boat. Get into the canoe as Brian shoves off. We paddle together to get ourselves in the middle of the lake. Most freshwater fish usually feed at dusk and dawn, which is why I had to get you up so early. Yeah, I know, that's pretty common fisherman knowledge after all. Fisherman knowledge that I am knowledgeable about. You sure sound like it, Jared. Still a gambling man? You know it. Let's see if we can catch more fish. You can catch more than one? Sounds easy enough to me. What's on the line? Besides all the fish I'm gonna catch, obviously. I was thinking a little more high stakes than mowing the lawn. Custody of our children? More than that, let's say if I win, I get your weed whacker. The Whackmaster 2000? That's a limited edition. But if you win, you get my pole saw, the Reach and Cut 3000. The cordless version? That's the one. Shit, the Reach and Cut 3000 is state of the art. My weed whacker is a prized possession, but there are those hard to reach branches at the end of the yard that have been begging for a pruning. You're on. We shake on it. I suddenly remember that I don't know how to fish. My foolish, fatherly pride will one day be my undoing. Watching as Brian ties lure and does some stuff I can't quite follow with his fishing pole. He casts it into the lake. Oh boy, now I have to do that. I stare down at the tackle box and at the pole in my hand. Okay, put some bait on the hook. Yep, it's a good start. Just a worm from the styrofoam container Brian bought. It's slippery, but I think I can get it onto the hook if I just focus. It's actually the only part of fishing I'm really good at. Oh god, I'm bleeding. Oh god, the blood's everywhere. Okay, that actually sounds like me too, though. I work with knives for a living. Why do I work with knives for a living? The worm is not on the hook. Need some help? No, I meant to do that. The blood attracts the fish. They can smell it up to a mile away, you know. I think that's sharks. No, it's definitely fish. Now what? Tie a knot or something. I take my pole and I try to tie an elaborate-looking knot to impress Brian. The classic hunter's bend. Learned that one in my youth. Yep. This one isn't coming apart anytime soon. With this knot, I will cast my heavenly line upon the unsuspecting water and deliver us unto a bountiful harvest. I look over to Brian. He doesn't seem to be paying attention. Let's cast the sucker. I pull my rod back and launch the lure as hard as I can.
Aha!
And the lure flies off the line and sails far, far away, landing in the lake with a loud sploosh. Sorry, I judged the wind speed wrong. This cold air drives the pressure down. Go ahead and take my pole. I know it's hard switching to a new pole if you're not used to it. I'll fix up another lure. Brian hands me his pole with a smile, and I just sit there, feeling like an idiot. Fishing around here is easy. They group up, all you gotta do is line up 3 of the same species and reel them in. Really? This looks like a game I am very good at. This is a match 3 game, I am very good at these. I need to match 3 of the same species, can't tell them apart.
Match that fish. Now you're fishing.
Yeah, okay, I'm good at this,
Now you're fishing.
Okay. Can I go over? No? Oh, okay. That's the Atlantic salmon. Like most salmon, they swim upstream to spawn. They're among the largest salmon in the species. Okay, so.
Match of the day.
Okay.
Rainbow trout.
Okay, let's see. Where are you? Where's a match? I say I'm very good at it, and then I suddenly start failing.
Catch of the day. Nice match.
Okay.
Catch of the day.
Where do I need to catch anyway? A lot of them do look very similar. Let's see. Tricky. Nope. Fine, never mind. Yeah. Oh, right there.
Nice catch. Rainbow trout. Nice match.
Oh, whoops. My bad. That way.
Match of the day. Nice catch.
Good work. Okay, did I win? Wow, this is way tougher than I thought. Look over to Brian, who's smiling and obviously enjoying his time out here on the lake. I don't think I won. I will crush him. Suddenly, the fishing pole jumps in my hand. I reflexively tug it upwards. I think I got something big. Tip of the pole dips down repeatedly and the line starts to run.
Hey.
Reel it in. Finally get the fish right up next to the boat. It's a long, beautiful rainbow trout. Brian hands me a net. It's all yours. Lean down and notice my hands are shaking with excitement. This fish is bigger than all the ones Brian caught. Pole saw is mine and the entire canoe tips over with me. I find myself sinking into the lake. Should have taken the life vest. All of a sudden, I'm embraced underwater and pulled into Brian's arms. Aw, he did save me. I'm finally dragged upwards, sputtering water. All of our gear floats on the surface. Maxwell doggy paddles around us in a circle, having a great time.
Aw.
You alright? Does that count as one? Well, seeing as all of our fish are now swimming safely back in the lake, I guess so. Brian laughs. Let's get you to shore. Brian and I flip the canoe back over and fill it with our now soaking wet gear. We row back to shore with Maxwell in tow. Once we get to the beach, Maxwell darts off into the woods. Hello, Brian. Brian takes off his shirt. Dots of lake water glisten in the sun across his strong back. Man, all that general contracting must have built that guy like an ox. I hope he doesn't notice me staring.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a fire going so we can dry off. Wanna hand me yours? Yes, okay. I reluctantly take off my own shirt and toss it to Brian. I suddenly wish I had done more sit-ups in my life. Or any sit-ups at all, really. Another thing you've bested me in, stupid sexy Brian. Might as well fry that shirt up. Seems like it's the only lunch we'll have. The day's young. We can fish from the shore. Once Brian gets the fire going, I sit and try to dry off my pants. Brian sets a couple lures out by the water's edge. Probably gonna have to put the kibosh on the whole competition for now. Till another day. My stomach growls.
I don't know about that.
You hungry? Oh, I'm fine. Brian reaches into his cargo shorts and pulls out a few granola bars.
Ah.
I have a small child. I'm flushed with snacks. Brian joins me by the fire and I accept the cargo short granola. And now, we're back to waiting. Where did the girls go off to? Shouldn't they be back by now? I wouldn't worry about it too much. They're a couple of smart kids. That's what I'm worried about. They're too smart. They've probably established a small rural government by this point and installed themselves as leaders. Take a look around at the sun cresting the tree line, casting the entire lake in a warm, golden glow. The forest seems to be coming alive now. Birds chirp in the distance. Wow. Nature is beautiful. A mosquito bites me. I slap my neck and curse. Nature sucks. Here you go, bud. Brian hands me a bottle of bug spray. I begrudgingly take it and douse myself. I always hated how this stuff smells. Really? I've always kind of liked it. Reminds me of being outside. Maybe you and I have different sentiments on the outdoors. Maxwell comes bounding up to me, huge stick in his mouth. He drops it at my feet and looks at me expectantly. Hell yes, I'm going to throw that stick. I hurl the stick as hard as I can towards the tree line. Maxwell bolts after it, running as fast as his stubby legs can carry him. Which, consequently, is not very fast. It's very cute, though.
Ah.
Nice throw, Jared. I turn away so he can't see me blush. Maxwell brings the stick back to me, clearly proud of himself. Good boy, Maxwell. You're a very good and speedy boy. The world's champion of fetch. It's time for the pats. What's the plan? Ah, belly rub! Maxwell rolls over and lets me rub his belly. He wiggles on the grass, clearly loving it.
Ah.
I feel like a bit of a third wheel, where my belly rubs. I'm so flustered I can barely say anything. I just focus on petting Maxwell and hope Brian doesn't notice how much I'm sweating. While I'm playing with Maxwell, fish begin routinely pulling on Brian's lines. I watch Brian effortlessly fillet the fish, squeezing a bit of lemon on them, and fry them up on a cast iron pan. Before we know it, we have a feast fit for a couple of shirtless dudes. Amanda and Daisy emerge from the woods, looking totally unscathed. Whoa, Dad Bod Patrol. I'm gonna have to issue you both a citation and demand you both put your shirts on. They're a children present. Brian tosses me my now dry shirt. I pull it over my head, thankful I'll no longer be distracted by Brian and his pecs. I'm more distracted by the freckles, actually. It's super cute. Where have you guys been? Studying entomology. What? We were playing with the bugs. I expect you guys to be more covered in, like, mud and stuff. Daisy looks offended. What do you take me for, a child? Amanda puts a hand on Daisy's shoulder.
Dad.
Right. We take a seat around the fire, and Brian serves us all generous piles of fish on paper plates. It's absolutely delicious. Why does he have to be good at everything? Fish taste okay? Daisy and Amanda both nod furiously, mouths full of fish. It's incredible. I've never had fish this good. Yeah, it's great. Old Harding family recipe. Why are your pants wet? Well, Amanda, we were out there on the lake, and then...
Ah, shucks.
And then I accidentally tipped over that boat. Don't worry, all the gear floated to the surface, so we didn't lose anything. Right, Jared? Yeah, that's exactly what happened. I can't just believe he covered for me. Gosh, he even out-humbles me. He's trying to beat me at everything, including my world-famous sense of humility. We finish our fish and end up playing catch with Maxwell for a little while before we decide to head out. After cleaning up the camp, we pack up the station wagon and let Maxwell into the back seat. The poor pup falls asleep in a cuddle puddle with Amanda and Daisy. They've had a long day. Been an ordeal today, bud. Let me drive you guys home. I want to prove that I am the most awake dad on the block, but yeah, I'm beat. Fine. As we drive away, I take one last look at the lake disappearing behind us and smile. I rest my head against the window, and the low rumble of the dirt road beneath us lulls me into a peaceful sleep. Hey, sleepyhead. I open my eyes and realize that I had dozed off in the car. I self-consciously wipe a bit of drool off my chin. Oh hey, I was resting my eyes. In case we suddenly had to jump into any sort of conflict, so I'm super awake for it. I'm ready to fight. With my strong arms. It's all good. You earned some rest, buddy. Thanks for coming out with us today. Had a lot of fun with you. Thanks for inviting us. I also had fun, actually. Glad to hear it. Take it easy, yeah? You too. Take it the easiest. Brian chuckles to himself as he unloads the car. Amanda and I get inside and immediately collapse onto the couch. Long day. Yep. I was so close to that pole saw. Pole saw? Yeah, Brian and I were competing to see who could catch the most fish, and... Stop. Why do you care so much? Panda, just look at that guy. He's so obviously got my number, and he's rubbing in my face. Dad, I love you, but you're kind of dumb sometimes. Dumb? Or clearly the superior dad. You know what? I don't have the energy required to properly unpack your weird fixation with asserting your masculinity. I'm going to bed, night. Amanda slides off the couch and face down onto the floor. I am a tired slug. Amanda, that floor is disgusting. I don't care. Well, night, honey. Night, Pops.
What an amazing date!
I'm really leaning more towards Brian the more I play. Yeah, he's kind of more my type of what I look for in real life. I'm gonna save this here and deal with this part later. And actually know something else is coming up. Okay, thanks for watching.